and stuff, and he's like, that was really weird to like see somebody that see me, and I was like all the way in New York.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
So it was like really weird to get recognized there.
You're famous.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, I'm famous.
Now you've been on the ground and pound show, you'll be even more famous.
Yeah.
I think that makes it infamous, doesn't it?
Yeah, recognize the difference.
Infamous. Something completely different.
Do you have any fights before June 6th, or are you going to hold off for that one?
I'm holding off to that one because I got hurt 3 days before my first pro fight. I was doing my last training session. I was doing my last round of fighting, my last round of sparring, and one of my training partners went to do a back sweep and twisted my knee and popped my knee out of place and tore my my meniscus in my knee. So going with recovery on that and everything. So just kind of dealing with that, and I just needed some time off because since I've been at his squad, I've had 3 fights. I had my last amateur fight and my 2 pro fights. So I mean, all that in a matter of 2 months is just kind of worn out.
Time off. You're right. Well, this is going to be a big event. Yeah. You know, it's going to be at the Savas Center.
Actually, Megan, when you're hurt, I'll spar you now.
Savas or Scott Trade Center? I think it's at Scott Trade Center.
Yeah, Scott Trade Center.
Oh, you're right. You're right. It's Scott Trade Center. My bad.
Why don't you give false information?
My contract with the Strike Force is still like in negotiations. It's not for sure I'm fighting, but they're trying to make it for me on that card. But we're trying to make the deal and everything like that. So.
I got contacted today or yesterday by Rob Donaker from Penny's Kickboxing, and they're helping put on this event. And as you mentioned, it's June 6th at the Scott Trade Center. It's a Strike Force event. The main event is Robbie Lawler versus Jake Shields. I know Jake Shields is really tough, so that'll be a good fight. There's also a world light heavyweight champion, Babalu Sobro, will defend his crown against knockout artist, fellow Brazilian Rafael. I'm going to mess this up. Fajal, I give up. Cavalcante. So it's going to be cool to see Babalu fight also in St. Louis. Just having that kind of talent in St. Louis, it's going to bring a lot to us. So looking forward to that. You got Phil Baroni versus Joe Riggs. Pump those guys up.
You gotta like Bill Joe Riggs.
Yeah.
He's a tremendous competitor, and he's always got an amazing attitude. He's one of those guys that generally, he goes into the cage focused, ready to go. And when he comes out of the cage,
sorry.
So when he comes out of the cage, he's just one of the nicest guys in the world.
Yeah. So he mentioned that some of the local fighters are going to be fighting. Jesse Finney's going to be fighting. Sal Woods out of CMMA is going to be fighting. Hopefully Megan Wright here will be fighting. Kevin Angle, Pat Benson, and Tyrone Woodley. Tyrone's out of
Columbia.
He's the
All-American wrestler on Mizzou.
Okay.
I used to wrestle with Sal Woods. He's from my time, yeah. He was a strong wrestler from Granite City.
Yeah, absolutely. Fun guy to watch in the MMA. He brings both the stand-up and the ground to it. A lot of energy.
I've never seen him fight. I can't wait to see Sal fight.
He's
the first time I ever been to an MMA fight, I seen him there, and immediately he was like, "Hey, aren't you that wrestler from Walton?" I'm like, "Yeah, how you been?" And we got to chit-chatting, and I found out that he does it. And I know he was a strong wrestler back whenever we was in high school, so I'm curious to see how he does.
Yeah, guy's really fast.
Isn't he fighting this Saturday night too?
Yeah.
He's fighting this Saturday night.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he is. I don't know who he's fighting.
Battle of Event 3, yeah. I don't know who he's fighting either, but I got the poster at the house.
Hey, send me that information. We'll put it up on the Ground and Pound website.
Okay.
So people can check that out.
Oh, yeah, Blake Schumacher from Hit Squad, he's fighting also on that show, too.
There's another guy from his squad fighting too.
Derek McGuire.
I'm fighting on that show.
Oh,
so you're fighting Saturday night?
Yes.
Well, geez.
James Reno's fighting Saturday night. Who are you fighting, James?
I'll be fighting Chris the Bad Boy Tickle. He's
Yeah, I know. You better not lose. You're not going to live this down. You're kidding, right?
I'm not going to be a tickle me almost there.
That's great, man.
You better prove that.
I'm going to. I know he's a tough guy. He's 3-0 as a pro. He had a pretty good amateur record. Lost a couple of good fights to John Duvers.
Okay.
We all know John Duvers. Lost a fight to him and Chris McDaniels. Chris McDaniels is currently Springfield's 155 title holder. Guy I'm looking forward to one day stepping in the cage with. But we both took the fight last week towards the end of the week. Got a call, said, "Hey, you you mind dropping down to 150? And I'm like, 150? Are you kidding me?
I hate those phone calls.
All right, I'll try that. Guy's name was Tori. I can't remember Tori's last name, but his manager knows me, and he's basically just said, hey, no, not Marino. Marino's just entirely too big. So he called Chris up, and Chris said he'd take the fight. So we're both fighting kind of short notice, and I know he wants to stand and bang, and you know I'm game for that. I'm gonna shake his hand. Shake his hand when we get in. I'm gonna tap gloves because I tell you what.
Cheap shot him, right?
No, that's technically higher.
And then I'm gonna put the hands out and go for the tickle.
But you're not doing 150, you're doing 155.
We're doing 155, which
That's
I'm
better.
happy for because
Yeah.
I've only got about 3 pounds.
You can also say no. When somebody says go to 150, you say no. And you come up to 155. You got to draw the line somewhere.
I could. I was gonna make
Could you stand next to? Where's?
How tall are you,
stand next to each other.
I am 6'2".
These are both 155s. Is this ridiculous?
Wow.
I mean, I just saw you come in and I go, now what the hell?
It's all power. I'm not the size matter. I'm telling you.
I want to see this scale
Basically,
myself.
this is guys his size are pretty much all I fought to this point. They all come out with arms as big as my thighs, you know.
Well, James, when you're not fighting, you
they
Ironman
ain't quite that big.
right?
I am a sponsored distance runner by Anheuser-Busch.
Some's got to be little for him to make the weight. He must have little
Hey,
legs.
Jay, when he's not fighting, he's in Ironman competition.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah,
How many times
I'm,
have you competed in that?
I'm actually a marathoner. I actually don't do Ironmans yet. My nickname James the Iron Man Marino.
Well, the marathon makes an Ironman.
Whenever I first started, I was getting into triathlons. Never got to, but I
do so much.
run marathons.
How many marathons have you run?
I have run 11 marathons in my life.
Oh my God.
And you've done ultra marathons too?
I've done one ultra marathon. It was a 50-miler. The week before I fought and lost to Jim Sperry,
Well, no
I
wonder
ran
you
a
lost.
50-miler.
He lost.
I tell you what, I couldn't
You
walk.
run 50 miles, you're worn out for 2-3
couldn't
weeks.
walk for 3 days.
That's what I was just going to say. It hurts me to drive 50 miles.
I tell you what, that's.
Which ultra marathon did you do?
I did the one up in Michigan. No, it was it was Michigan. It was Michigan.
Wow.
It was the endurance challenge. It was a 50-mile endurance challenge. The winner got $5,000 and an automatic bid into the North Face 50-mile ultra marathon world championships. It was hosted back in February in San Francisco. This year I'm going back in October. I didn't finish as strong as I would have liked. It was my first
It
ultra.
takes a long time for those
But
ultra marathons.
this year I'd like
It takes a long time for the marathons to get good at it.
yeah, this year I'd like to qualify, and then next year, in 2010, I'm going to run the Leadville 100-miler and Pikes Peak, which is
That's where I was wondering.
Pikes Peak, Colorado.
A guy from St. Louis I knew, he's run the Death Valley one. And I'm thinking, where do you draw the line? Death Valley in the middle of the summer, ultra marathon. Give me a break.
I'm gonna pull the ultimate double-double. I'm gonna run the 100-mile Leadville race from across Colorado. Drive when I finish, I've got to finish in 17 and a half to 18 hours to make the drive down to Colorado Springs, and then I'm going to run the Pikes Peak Marathon the next day.
I'm getting tired of listening. Yeah, I mean, that's
I can't even run it a half mile on the
Sorry.
treadmill. I can't even
Oh my
imagine
gosh.
doing that.
That's my goal for 2010. Mine, plus hopefully a shot on a UFC card.
So if you run out of gas, there's something really wrong.
Yeah, if I'm tired, there's something wrong.
Hey James, I got a question. Like I had the same situation at 125 at 5'8". I'm fighting guys 5'5", where. But do you ever on the stand up and stuff like that? Do you ever see it as a problem? I mean, you always had the reach and stuff, but there's been different times where I've actually had problems punching down and different things and different stuff.
I do run into that.